Okay, good morning. Hopefully that was like a little bit better as far as like the intro is concerned, I think. Anyways, good morning, everybody. I almost missed this. I was super asleep. Did you hear me? And then I felt the jewel hit my arm, and I was like, oh my God, I gotta get up. So today is day 3 of the Fears part of Breathing Room. And so let's go ahead and read the scripture for the morning. All right, so it says, it's coming from Matthew 6:31-34. It says, don't be anxious, asking what we will eat, what we will drink, or how we will be clothed. For it is the pagan who sets their hearts on all things. Your heavenly Father knows you need them all, but seek ye first the kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. Don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow will worry about itself. Today has enough trouble already. So, I'm going to read the book, and I think that I can, no, I can't do that back. So, let me do this. Oh, goodness gracious. Y'all, let me get some. Alright. So, it says, one thing I've learned, and you know what I've noticed doing these? Like, I have a raspy voice in the morning. I didn't realize that until I started doing these. And then I had to listen back, and I was like, I have a pretty raspy voice in the morning. So, here we go. One thing I've learned about studying the Bible is to always look for repetition. The phrase of all these things is mentioned 3 times in the second half of today's verses. That means it's significant. When Jesus was delivering the Sermon on the Mount, he knew his audience struggled with worry over what they would eat, what they would drink, and how they would clothe themselves. That's what all these things meant for them. Jesus let them know that although they worried over all these things, God was keenly aware of their needs. Jesus gently reminded them that if they would obey him wholeheartedly and remain focused on what really mattered, their physical needs would also be met. While we live in a completely different day and age, we don't typically have to worry about what we're going to eat or what we're going to drink or what we're going to wear. We have our own all these things, don't we? We have our own worries that distract us and preoccupy us, yet Jesus' principle still applies. So what are all these things for you? What are you worried about? What are you distracted by? What are the things you're striving for, seeking, spending tons of time on? Let's pause and reflect and return our attention to the place of where it belongs. If we seek ye first the kingdom and his righteousness, obey him, and focus on what's truly important, all these things will be taken care of as well. So there's this part where it says journal your thoughts. And when I did this, maybe it was May that I got the book. And I wrote this. And I put, honestly, I don't know if I worry or is it that I've been inbred to think that there's always something to do. So like in my household, my mom, like from the moment she woke up, you guys, to before she went to bed, she always was doing something. Like, I ain't never seen somebody clean like that all the time. But I do know that she started working at the age of 7 as a nanny back in Belize. And I believe that that was embedded in her, that there's always something to do. Could you imagine working at 7 years old, like really working at 7 years old, taking care of somebody's house and kid? I don't know how they treated her. I'm sure they probably treated her okay. But like, I think what happened is when she raised us, whenever she saw us sitting down, she's like, no, 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 get up, get up, get up, get up. There's something to do. There's something that you could be doing. There's something that needs to be done. So, with that being said, I don't know what it's like to sit down sometimes. So, that is part of my journaling. I think that is embedded, and I've tried to learn that it's okay to sit down sometimes and do absolutely nothing, which is kind of hard. So it does have like a highlight, and it says Jesus gently reminded them that if they would obey him wholeheartedly and remain focused on what really matters, their physical needs would also be met. So are you dependent on him wholeheartedly? And I don't think that if anybody that's a believer, wants to be completely honest with themselves, they do not depend on God wholeheartedly, not for your finances, and everything that falls underneath your finances. Like, I could say that I would always create plan A's and B's and C's, and then whichever one happened or fall through, then I would say, oh, God did that for me, blah, blah, blah. And then you get into the situation and you realize that maybe God didn't do that for you, because there's situations you get into that pushes you closer to God, and your prayer life gets great, and you have a different understanding of God's characteristics. And then there are situations that take you far from him. And a lot of times the ones that take you far from him are the ones that you want, or say you want, or say that he gave you. And that's just not accurate. So it says, I'm trying to make sure I get these banners right, you guys. Let's see. That's the one that I just read where it says Jesus, Bentley Life. I'm trying. I don't know. I have to navigate all of this by myself, and yeah, I don't know how good I'm doing, but I'll get it down for sure at some point in this situation. Okay, so there's a few questions in the activities part, and let me go on through with these questions. So the first question is, what keeps you up at night? And as of right now, nothing keeps me up at night. Unless I have a client that I scheduled at about like 5 or 6, and we are up late getting this hair done. The next question though is, which worries are you trying to control with your time and money? That is being all things in the business right now. Like, checking the emails, being customer service, making the product, checking on the customer, all of that is all me. IT. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Anywho, eventually, hopefully, I can reach out and have people that can help me with these things. I have actually found an awesome mentor, too, and an amazing marketing person. So I'm thankful for the people that introduced me to those individuals, and I can't wait to see what happens, because you can't be all things in your business or in life. Like, you cannot be all things. You've got to have really good support and people around you, even when you're doing like your jobs and your work employees. So then the next question is, which worries are leaking into your relationships now? That's what I say. To be honest, I don't have any, and I don't. But what I've seen talking to people is, like, just be honest. Like, if you're stressed about a relationship that you're in with like a significant other, and y'all are having a bad day, you may take it out on other individuals or your kid, and that's just one example. Or say your money's funny and you don't have the money to pay your bills, then you may have worry or an attitude and that affects the way that you pay attention to your child. You may want to focus on other things so that you don't have to focus on what's affecting you, what's bothering you. And we do that often, because I used to do that too. Now I just be like, I ain't got it, and I really don't know what I'm gonna do, but God has always worked it out, and I'm just gonna have to trust that He does that again. And if He doesn't, then that means there's a lesson for me to learn out of this situation, right? Because if we take things too personally, we will drive our own self crazy while missing all of the other blessings around us. And who wants to do that? Like, who wants to do that? Nobody. So you're supposed to, in this little book, on this side, I don't know, can y'all see it? It says to fill in that blanks. And it says, do not worry, then saying what I will eat, or what I will drink, or whatever your worries are. You're supposed to put those worries in there. And I really only had to. My concern is like being the best provider for my kids and for the individuals that God has trusted me with. And I can't see who said good morning, but good morning. We can do a lot of things in life, but like raising good kids or being a great mother or just touching other individuals out throughout life is so significant, because a lot of times we don't think or feel that what we do matters until we are put in a position where we're having to reach out to individuals. Like I did here recently and got letters of like recommendation and references. And I didn't know that people were paying attention to what I was doing when I was working, because I wasn't doing it for somebody to tell me anything. And so it was really heart-wrenching to read what individuals had to say about like when they met me or how I treated them. It was really great. And so I felt like if I got anything out of this, I got that I am raising kids that are going to be assets to the community, and that I am doing what I'm supposed to do as a citizen in this community or for people. And that is what life's about. And so, and not all of it, of course, like giving the gospel and spreading the word and all that stuff too. But in the midst of that, how do you treat people? You know what I'm saying? So anyways, my few announcements is tomorrow is my birthday. Tomorrow I will be 35. And I had wrote on a post because my brother was like, oh, congratulations, like, it's okay. But I have sat back and I realized that I have reached all of my goals, every last one. And for the first time in my working history, I'm only working one job. And that is my business. And it's pretty amazing because I actually get to be a mom. I get to be a mom, and I get to set my own schedule, and I get to love on the people God has entrusted me with. So that is a blessing. So at the age of 35, I can say I've reached all my goals in finances and like what I wanted to be doing when I hit this age, my relationship with my kid, and per se my relationship with my family in the sense. Still got some hiccups, but we're getting there, and that's the blessing. So I wanted to let you guys know it's my birthday on the 16th. And then I will be out of town from the 18th to the 20th. And I will be back on the 21st. So I am going to enjoy my break because I have worked and worked and worked. I got little gray hairs that came into these baby hairs. And now I get to enjoy just a brief moment of the fruits of this labor. And then when I come back, I have to hit the ground running because I have set about 3 more goals. And we're going to do those too. So tomorrow I will get on here and we will do day 4, you guys. And I really appreciate you spending at least 10 to 15 minutes, maybe 16 minutes of your morning with me. Hopefully this morning coffee gives you, some things to think about, so that you can get some breathing room in your life and you can be the best version of yourself in your life. So, um, and that's it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. This was the first of the day. And we are. Good night. Have a great day.